still do to this day. And it's because of Constantine, and whether you know it or not. And you're going to get a card about some of the history of Constantine the Emperor when you get the coin. So that was Constantine the Great, the first. There's also Constantine the Second. Obviously, this is his first son with his second wife.
That's right.
And this one also comes along with the historical card.
Yes, absolutely. And you notice it's a different look. I mean, you know, they all have their own official portraits. I have actually far less of this coin. The Constantine coins were saved in greater numbers. The sons, and we wanted to present the entire house of Constantine. Yeah, and we our producer just said, that's amazing. Look at that coin.
Yeah.
You'd think it was worn away to a nub, but it's not. So when we do this and we call it an extra fine condition, folks, this is the real deal. And like I said, the reverse on these, and so they put all these different things that are on the reverse, and everything means something. That's all in the card that you see right here. Within this, it tells you all about this and what this is, one of the Roman emperors that you're going to have. So this is from the house of Constantine, and this is 337 to 340. Okay, is 337 to 340 is when these coins were made. Now he was only Roman emperor, I think, 337 to 340, because his father died, I think, at 337 is what that was. And so he was really only there for 3 days. Now, you know, they ruled in various areas of the Roman Empire as well. So this is Constantine II.
That's right.
This is Constantine II. I've only got about 4 dozen of these to go around. And like I said, all of them guaranteed authentic. Oh, this was issued as he was the Caesar, which is the big emperor. Okay, so he was Augustus Caesar in this instance. So yeah, isn't that cool?
And he even died early, which again, he only reigned for a short time because he died very early, and hence the rarity of his coin as well.
That's right. And of course you get the information card and all that comes with it as well. This coin being very, very popular. We're going to end up with 4 coins here, the entire house of Constantine, that we're going to have. So you might as well, if you're on the phone, just say, okay, just give me all 4.
And it's going to be Constantine the Great, the second, and then you know, and then down the line of his lineage.
That's right. And we'll do all of those as we come in here. I'm going to present the last 2 coming up here. And so, like I said, he was Constantine II, AD 337 through 340. Now, with everybody on the phone, I probably have no more than a dozen of these.
Yeah,
I have no more than a dozen of these. Now, once again, one of the crucial components to this, one of the single most important things, is that this coin is certified. In the world today, there are far more fake ancient coins than there are actual or real ancient coins. That's why it's 100% critical that you get a certified coin from one of the 3 major grading companies. You're going to have to do NGC, PCGRS, or Annex. Those are the only ones. And I mean, they have literally spent, like NGC and Annex, I know for sure, have spent literally tens of thousands of dollars on just the research books. And until you have met a guy that grades ancient coins for a living, you've never really met a pedantic. I can promise you that. This is, I mean, because every single part and parcel of this is important. They look at die strikes and the way that they're held and all of these other things.